Yeah, this is for comic hand. It makes sense. It makes sense that you get numb feet and shin splints after you switch to a new pair, because your ability, right? You've broken in your old pair, so now your new pair is restricting your toes' ability and your foot's ability to absorb, right? To absorb the impact of the ground, and if you're getting a restriction in the range of motion of your toes, that's impacting your foot's ability to perform optimally. So I think you want to spend some time bending that toe area and the hole and the shoe overall. You want to start to curl it into itself, so that you gotta kind of work it so that it becomes more supple, right? So you have more better movement. I would check out, the first thing that comes to mind, search Cador Ziani, Ziani. This dude came out with his book. It's called 7 Postures Unlock Your Athletic Potential, and I just noticed and you could see all of them. He has hundreds and hundreds of videos online, but I just noticed when I started doing these 7 postures, he calls them, you have a better awareness of your toes in your feet. And keep in mind, I'm someone who played soccer my whole life for the past 27 years. I thought that I consider myself a high level athlete, yada yada yada. But like, after I started doing these 7 postures, I feel it just completely transforms the way you move and the way you feel. So I can't recommend that enough. I think that'll help you develop a surplus of strength, flexibility, and mobility in your feet, in your toes, Achilles, ankles, all that jazz. A simple way to maybe relieve some tension in your toes and your feet. Something that I wish I started doing before and after games is just rolling the bottoms of the feet out with 2 golf balls. That feels really nice on your feet. If you've never tried it before, you could also use lacrosse balls. Those feel really good too. And mixing up golf balls and lacrosse balls, that feels good for the feet. You could also try investing in a pair of minimalist shoes. I mean, minimalist shoes just allow your feet to get stronger over time instead of weaker, right? Because anytime you have a shoe that constricts your foot's ability to expand out wide, or impairs your foot's ability to act as a hinge, as a shock absorber, if you have thick soles, then that limits that. So that's something to keep in mind. My favorite pair of shoes are Glurps. I only wear 1 pair of shoes, and they're Glurps. Second, shoes I spend a lot of time in that are minimalist shoes, xeroshoes.com, XERO shoes.com. That's something that you might consider as well, and have a lot of shoes that, they don't look goofy, right? You could wear them to going out on town. They just look like a normal pair of shoes or boots or whatever. And the last thing I'll follow up with is, it's just related in terms of building strength through motion, using an RMT rope, just because it's a low impact, full body way to develop your timing, your rhythm, your coordination. So for those reasons, it just improved my movement on and off the field tremendously. And I'm 10 years out from playing D1 college soccer, and I'm 10 times the player I was back then, and that's thanks to definitely in part to the RMT rope. So just search how to make an RMT rope. Cador Ziani, Ziani, and then maybe Glurps, GLERUPS, or xeroshoes.com, XERO shoes.com, and some of those strategies I think can help alleviate some of this tension in your feet. All right, thank you.